I've been on about like different type of like emotions, emotional roller coaster. I mean, it gets so hard because, I always felt like connected with my fans around it, I really wanted to be there.
What?
He definitely just
I
said
wish
he
he
really
just
wish
kind
he
of
could
like
be there.
hold everyone,
Yeah.
With them.
Kind of just heal
Nigga,
them,
you was there with
talk
them.
to them, have
When they was dying in the
Exactly.
crowd. You was there.
Like, what?
You was there.
It just, it
What I
really just
say?
hurts me.
He's really cat. Interview is just faked, script, and everything. I don't believe anything that he's saying. I don't. I'm just feeling his energy, his vibe ain't there.
Even his
He don't care.
emotions is just kind of like, it's like, yeah. It's like he's like,
He don't know what to say.
he don't know what to say. And he's fumbling. Yeah. That's my favorite part.
He definitely read. He was what is it? He
That
was
script?
coached. He was coached before this interview. Things to say, this, that, and
Because he
third.
could do more damage if
Yeah, because he got lawsuits and shit like that.
he's in the billions now. Heading towards the trillions.
She.
So we just want to take the time out to say thank you to all the non-subscribers and the subscribers who have made it this far in our video. And we hope you like it so far. We're still going to jump into the video, but first, don't forget to
Like, share, subscribe, like, comment,
hit that little bell.
hit anything. No, wait, not like that.
It's okay, period, it's okay. Period, thought I say this minute.
So yes, guys, thank you. We really do appreciate it. We've made it this far. Like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to. We really do appreciate it. Sorry.
Let's talk about that night, man. When did you find out things got as bad as they did? Now, that's the question everybody wants to know.
Yeah, it wasn't really until like minutes until like the press conference until I figured out exactly what happened. You know, even after the show, you just kind of hearing things, but you don't know. I didn't know the exact details until minutes before the press conference.
Before,
And even at that
after,
moment,
which one is it? This is
what?
Cap. He's Cap. He don't even remember his own lines.
You just went through something and it's just like, wait, what?
So you didn't know people that actually passed
It's
away?
like the words is not
Until
forming quick
minutes
enough.
before, which is, and at the thing is like, people pass out, people, things happen at concerts, but something like that.
This is just too funny to me.
Yeah, people said they collectively heard folks screaming help every time you stopped the song to get your attention. Did you hear any of those screams?
Nah, man. And it's so crazy because I'm that artist too. Like, anytime you can hear something like that, you want to stop the show. You want to make sure fans get the proper attention they need. And anytime I could see anything like that, I did. I stopped it like a couple times to just make sure everybody was okay. And I just really go off the the fans' energy as a collective. Call and response.
This was a waste of time.
I just didn't hear that. I got music, I got my in-ears, but I just didn't hear that.
Break that down a little more. Like nobody knows what it's like being on stage except for other artists. So speak to us from that perspective of what you can see and hear. It was like what, 50,000 people?
Yeah, I mean you got like a venue, filled with like 50,000 people.
I don't even think Charlemagne the God.
Well, it's like a sea. You got lights, you got sound, you got pyro, you got your in-ears, you got the sound.
But he just
your
wanted
mic,
the exclusive.
You got the music, you got band, there's all type of stuff going on.
So it's hard to tell excitement from danger, so to speak?
Yeah, of course. Everything kind of just sounds the same. And at the end of the day, you just hear music, and when you do, you just hear amongst of things, But when you're in a show, you just enter the show, and anytime you can feel anything close to you, you try to like definitely get to that.
So as an artist, how much can you actually, I guess, help in that position?
You can only help what you can see, you know what I mean? And then, whatever you're told, you know what I'm saying? Whenever somebody tell you to stop.
What does he mean by when you feel something close to you? He need to go ahead and elaborate on that. What are you feeling close to you? Because they said a demon entered him.
Oh, that's a fact.
So is that what he's talking about? Feel something close to you?
Maybe. As the souls go by.
Your music played a role in this. Like I've seen them, cite lyrics. that encourage this kind of behavior. I've seen him say your music is demonic and this was a satanic ritual. You think your music is to blame?
I mean, no. I'm a man of God. So
I know he did not just say he a man of God. I know he did not just come out his mouth and say he a man of God.
Yeah, that's that.
I know he did not just say he a man of God.
Your music is just like self-expression. You know
Where?
what I'm saying?
Where?
At these shows, I feel like people
Where?
look at things, and if you've been to a Travis show, it's been different layers of shows, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think people are just, misconceptions and taking things they're seeing and, all type of things, and I've took pride in trying to, grow from where I was when I first recorded music to now where I'm going in music. So yeah, I just think people gotta, and that's one thing with me, is just people gotta kind of, experience it sometimes. And I think that's what it was. People were kind of like, even before, people were hearing about it, they come and experience it and taking away their own thing. And it's always gonna be an outside opinion. But, for the ones that, really believe in me and, understand what I'm about and what I'm doing, no, that's not what I'm, preaching. I always preach like love, always preach understanding, always preach, take care of your loved ones, love each other, you know what I'm saying? Get out your ideas, never let yourselves be stopped, Love one another and step into that,
I think that's a part of it, but the music does encourage people to be violent at these shows. I mean, that's what the rage is about.
Most of the music is me sometimes talking about what I see at the shows.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If I'm talking about the shows, and so that's just, the energy, you know what I'm saying? But the energy isn't to come and start, being ultra violent and just being violent and hurting each other. That's not what it's about.
So it's more so supposed to be entertainment.
Yeah, everything is,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about what you experience at the shows and what you see,
Will this change the content of your music moving forward, you think?
What happened here wasn't off Travis Scott music.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't, oh, now you need to like switch up. No, I've made all different type of music in the first place, I never was just like one lane or one genre of anything in the first place. So I just think it's all about experiences, and I feel like, it could be music to come out of it. Lyricism, just emotion. Music is emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And music is healing. And you can just find healing and find emotion, in that, and just more progressive. Everything I'm trying to do is just more progressive.
You said you're a man of God, and when I even said that, they say your music is satanic, I saw the face that you made. Where do you think that even comes from? Travis Scott is satanic, Travis Scott is demonic.
I just think it's just things people collect. People look at the internet and they just collect, and they look at things and they look at visuals, and you have all these theorists and people just thinking they're looking at visuals and don't understand, just the idea of like what art may be or what you're trying to do. They're just making up your own message, especially when you're not out there like yelling the message all the time. It's just, yeah. And
when they say this is a community event, Astroworld.
Yeah,
so they say a community event is a satanic ritual. How does that?
Yeah, that's
make
like
you feel?
It's crazy because it's like I do this for people to have a good time. We have rides, we have games. It's things for people to get off creative experiences. It's not the show is at the end of the day. It's like and that show is just something based on what's just things. It's not like. What? Like, why would we wake up one day and just that's just evil is not what we're a part of.
Mm-hmm.
We're not trying to be a part of that. We're trying to be a part of joy. We're trying to be a part of light. We're trying to be a part of full-blown happiness, love, understanding, people taking care of each other.
All right, y'all, but for the sake of time, obviously the whole interview was like 51 minutes. We're not going to sit here and break down everything. We're just going to talk to you about what we felt about the video and just basically give you a summary for the rest of it, because I'm sure everybody, it was number 1 or number 2 trending on the chart. So, but we're just gonna play some stuff and we're just gonna talk about it just for the sake of time. So, through this whole entire interview, like Travis Scott was fumbling, like he was fumbling a football.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was really bad. He literally had no idea what to say. Whatever came to his mind, that's what he said.
Yeah.
And he might even have somebody in the back with cards. Like,
yeah. You could tell this was script. Yep. I don't believe it.
Honestly, I don't even know if this was scripted. He was so bad. He was really bad.
Well, not script.
Even
he was coached because he really don't know what to say.
Even that whole shirt, the jacket, he was like...
Yeah, because at some point, if you really listen to the video, it's just all lies. Because one moment he's saying he didn't know about it, and the next he's saying he did. Then the next he's saying he had to make a apology video to his fans or something like that because he really didn't understand. How you didn't understand, but you made apology still.
That's what I'm saying. I'm apologizing to all fans. Mm-hmm. But you had no recollection of what happened, but you was able to apologize to your fans. I'm sorry to my fans.
Exactly.
It just don't make sense.
It doesn't. That's what I say.
There was a lot of contradictions in this video.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that Travis isn't a person that is in the spotlight per se, like have interviews or even show his face. So I understand that this was hard for him. But I'm not excusing him either. Like, I don't want to beat him up, but at the same time, I'm just like...
All I know, if I was a real well-known artist and something like that happened at my concert, I'ma really be showing some emotions because I never went through that before. If I really, quote-unquote, didn't know what was going on. I will actually be sincere.
Talking, he's the normal guy that he's talking about. But honestly, I understand that your energy and all that have to be different on stage, but he literally had a demon come into him and transform him. So I was telling some people, like, when he say I didn't know what was going on, I believe him in the sense that he didn't know what's going on because the demon was controlling him. And that he had no recollection and all that stuff because the demons that was jumping in the crowd and controlling him were controlling his mind, his eyesight, everything. And there was viral clips of bodies being carried out by the crowd. He is standing on his podium singing, yeah, yeah. Creepy. Can you say creepy? Can you say creepy? Like, you're singing to dead bodies, bro.
He's seen it being carried out in the crowd.
And let's talk about your shirt. Let's talk about the shirt. The crossover shirt. Crosses from life to death. I mean, everything was a setup. Everything was a setup. Like,
people don't see that. Some people be like, oh, it's just because people just making up stories. No. If you're woke, you will see the things that we see, baby. It's the truth. It's alright.
Well, I'm done talking about Travis. Everybody knows that it was a ritual. I don't care what he say. Nothing. He pretty much just wants to try to get ahead of it because all the backlash he's facing, all the lawsuits he's facing. And he's saying like, oh, I just want to get my words across and things like that. And I noticed throughout the video, he tried to place blame on other people without directly placing blame on other people.
Yeah. Because he got to be careful what he says, because it is.
And he's under, what's under where he can't, it's not like a gag order, but do you know what it's called? Like where you can't speak on certain details?
I don't know.
But long story short, I think he's going to have to pay. I'm very sad to all the people who lost their lives.
Yeah. They
went for a concert, and that's another thing. All signs were pointing that people were going to die. But people ignore them, as we do. Even in love, we ignore them. I feel like the promoters, they wanted people to know. They made sure people know what to expect for this concert. But Travis carries like a dark era with him. That's the type of music he does. So maybe people just ignored it. The whole world ignored it. And then he was golfing on the golf course a week later because he's alive. And he about to have a baby?
Yeah. He's just emotionless. I don't like that.
So,
I don't know if that happened to me. I am not going to be golfing. I'd be crying because you have life on your hands now.
There's a lot of telltale signs, but
yeah.
Hey, when they... And does nobody know that Drake is always around? Drake, we know that Drake's not even under fire for none of it. Because he didn't, like... Travis was the face of it all. So...
Drake got up out of there. Quick.
Oh, what? He don't want to die for nobody. Yeah, people die for him. Finally made it to the end. But it's not funny what I said about that Drake and XXX thing, because that really happened. But innocent until proven guilty. So don't go to none of these celebrities' concerts unless they're from the old school.
If there's a red flag, get up out of there.
Unless they're from the old school, where the old school didn't have to sacrifice people. But on a better note,
we made it to the end. If you want to go see the full interview, of course, you know,
Charlemagne the God got it.
Exactly. Hope you enjoy the video. Like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, every social media, comment. It's really helpful. If you don't want to subscribe, at least just like it or just leave a comment. It's okay. But thank you, by the way. God bless and good night. Because, girl, I'm tired. I'm hungry.